So guys, I welcome you all to this wonderful today's session, and I believe everybody can hear me today loud and clear. So we'll continue. In today's lesson, I'll be taking us through the Photoshop tools from A to Z. All right. So make sure you sit well and follow the class and understand what I am saying and then what I am doing. Okay. So first and foremost, I would like you to know which software or which version of Photoshop I am using. I'm using Photoshop 2020. All right. So first and foremost, if you want to maybe have your own version and run or practice what we'll be doing today in this class, I will first of all like you to go to your window, go to your workspace, and then what? Make sure that it's on essential. That's default. Are we following? Is someone with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll continue while others join us. So, all right. Number one, the first tool here is called the Move tool. If you press V on your keyboard, you activate the Move tool. So, what this tool basically does, it moves object around your canvas. So, right before you, this is a canvas, and it's this tool moves what object around your Photoshop Canva. Let's say, for instance, this is an object, and then I can use my word move to move around this object around what my workspace or canvas. All right. So this is the first tools, and there is another thing that I would like us to know. You will find out that there is a little icon beneath the first tool, which is the move tool. So if you press on that and hold, it will open what another options for you. So the second one is called what the add button. All right, add button. So under move tool we have another tools, which is what add button. And what this one typically does is that it allows you to create what multiple add button as you work on your Photoshop file or document. So just as I zoom this one out, I can what create another artboard by my left, so by my right. So guys, as you can see, this is my first artboard, and then this is what the second artboard that I just created. So basically what happened here is that as at first I'm working on a file. All right, at first I'm working on a file, and then I now created an artboard. So it will name this one artboard number 1. So I can also drag and what have another what artboard by my left. Okay, and it will name it artboard number 2. So what this typically does is that you can work on this workspace, and you can also come here and work on this workspace. So that is the first thing, and that is the first tool. Another thing I forgot to tell you, I'll be using some keys on my keyboard. All right, I will not be sharing with you, or let me say that I will not be telling you everything, but basically I'll be using a redo and undo. So I'll be using Control Z and then Control Shift Z. So Control Z is to what undo, and then Control plus Shift plus Z is to what to redo. So this is the first tool. The second tool is called the marquee tool. All right, and what this tool basically does is that it make a selection around an object. All right, it make a selection around an object. So guys, this is another picture that I would like us to consider. Okay, now if I draw on this, it allows me to what make a selection of rectangle. So this tool is the first tool under marquee tool is called what the rectangular marquee tool. So it makes a rectangle shapes around or in a pixels. All right, so it allows me to have a selection. So if I select or something, if I select a part on my picture or pixel or something, I should be able to work with that particular selection. So I can hit on control and delete that very particular portion. All right. So still under a rectangular marquee tools, we have another one which is called elliptical marquee tools. So what these are tools really does is that it makes a cycle selection. All right, it makes a cycle selection. So let's say for instance you have something that is of round shape and you want to have a selection within that object or picture. Alright guys, you can easily do that by heading over to the marquee tool and then activating the elliptical marquee tools for your selection. So I'll be doing something after you make a selection. Let's say you want to deselect this very selection, so you can come to this tools, or let me say it, my tabs that are above. All right, come and hit on select and click on deselect, so it will automatically deselect what you select. So the next one is single row marquee tools. All right, so what this one really does is that it select a single row. Okay, let's say for instance this is a picture and I want to select just a particular lines of a pixel. I'll just hit one click on it and you find out that it makes a selection around a picture or around a particular a row. Okay, and the next one is the single column marquee tool. So this does the same thing, but this one is select a particular column, all right, on a picture. So with just a single selection, so okay, this is a good example. Now if you find out that I'm not able to select a particular column on this very picture, so that's the nature of the different kind of pictures we have in Photoshop. So let's select another picture. So now on this picture guys, you can see that I was able to have my a column selection. All right, a column selection. So this is number 2. So the next one is called the laser tool. All right guys, these laser tools allow you to to free select a particular section or part of an object. All right, let's say something like that. It allows you to select randomly or with a free hand around an object within pixels or picture on your Photoshop files. All right, so this is what a laser tool can do. You see guys, I can move around with this cup to wheresoever I want. So the next one is called the polygonal laser tools. Can someone hear me? Can someone hear me? Can you see my screen and can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. I hope today we don't have a network issue, right?
Oh.
All right. So let's continue. So the next tool is called the polygonal laser tool. So what this tool typically does is that it allows you to select a pixel or a portion or a part of a picture from one point to another in a form of polygonia. That's different angles or multiple angles. So you can see guys, I can after the first click I drag to somewhere here, somewhere here, to somewhere here, and then I close it. All right, so it now make a selection of this particular book. So I can hit on control and take away this very sheet of paper. Right, so this is what these two typically does. The next tool is called the magnetic laser tool. All right, so can you see guys, can you see guys, can you see?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. All right, so what these tools typically does is that I am not clicking on anything. I did not click on anything. I only it magnetically selects some identified pixel on your picture. All right, this is what this tool does. All right, it will automatically, as you are moving your after the first click like this, as you are moving your word, your cursor around your object, you now find out that it's what magically selecting some defined area. Okay, defined area, it just worked perfectly. All right, I know you guys can see the amazing thing that Photoshop can offer. So and then you now go back to your starting point or something, and then click on the edge to what, to conclude your selection. So this is what these two typically uh, does. So guys, let's head over to the next tool, which is called the object selection tool. So these two did almost the same thing, just as tool number two and then number three. Okay, but this one is special and unique in its own nature. So this one allows you to highlight a picture. So this one allows you to what, highlight a picture. So it will now do its own work by identifying what, the picture or an image that resides within your what, the area you highlight on your Photoshop document. So guys, just as you see, I highlight this age. All right, when I highlight the entire picture, the Photoshop automatically would identify the object within my word, the area that I highlighted, and it is capable, it was successful by what, selecting the artwork shaped. Okay, so this is what this tool typically does. So we also have what is called a quick word selection. All right, a quick selection. Now let's say, can you see guys, after with just a single click, it will identify some object. All right, it will identify a particular shape or something. Can you see guys? Can you see guys? You just multiple click on a particular section or a part of a picture that you want to select, and then this tool will work perfectly for you guys. All right, so let's continue. So the next one is called the magic wand tool. All right, magic wand tool. So the difference in between quick selection tool and magic wand tool is that in magic wand tool, with a single click, okay, it will identify what you want to what, select. Bam, like this. All right guys, look at it. It was able to what, perfectly select what, some edges around the artwork shape, or a map around the art. All right, so with just a single click, you see, this is what magic wand can what, do for you inside of Photoshop. So let's say I want to add another part. All right, by hitting on what, shift on my keyboard, I can what, add another selection. I can also come to this green and what, add another selection, come to here and add another selection, and come to here also and what, add another selection. And look at the last one. Let's also click here and what, add another selection. So this is what magic wand tool does in Photoshop. Sorry guys, who is enjoying this class today? Is someone enjoying this class?
Yes, we are enjoying.
Yes, so
All right, am I faster?
Yes, sir.
no, sir.
Am I faster? All right guys, let's continue. The next one is called what, the crop tool. All right, the next one is called the crop tool. So guys, once you click on the crop tool, it allows you to what, to crop a part of what, an image. All right, look at it. I did not take off my hands from my mouse. So once I take off my hands from my mouse, it will identify the part that I selected and what, crop and take off the other parts. Okay, so the part that is by my left or by your left, it will what, it will be the one to be part of the image that I cropped. So guys, can you see, before I hit on enter, it allows you to what, see a preview. So this darker part is the part that is going, while this one that is bright, that is the part that is what, that is staying. Okay, and then what crop tools does in Photoshop is that it will maintain the new canvas size of what the crop size that you are about to crop. So if I hit on enter, all right, you will find out that I am able to successfully crop what a part of this image. Control Z. Let me come back. So this is the first one. Now beneath that we have what is called the perspective crop tool. All right, the perspective crop tool. So let's hit on that. Let's change picture. Right. All right. So let me use this picture for the example. So guys, you will see that I draw a rectangle shape, right? Before I hit on enter, I would like to adjust my rectangle perspective tools. So guys, after doing this, if I hit on enter, what this tools really does is that it will crop out what this part that I select with the rectangle perspective tools and create a new new file. Can you see guys? You can see that I was able to crop that particular part as a rectangle, and then it makes it look like a paper or a sheet of paper, like a new paper or something. All right, that is coming out of a paper that was laid down, or something that at least it is not so. All right, so this is what these tools really does. Perspective or cropping tools. So we also have the slides tool. All right, so I will not really take us through a slide tool. Why? Because this one is typically being done or being used if you are a web designer or something. And what they normally do with it, they what these tools are normally does is that they identify what some parts. Okay, it helps them to identify some part, or let me set some column. All right, that it will help them to design a web page or something. All right, so I will not really take us all through the slides tool. So we have the slides tool, and then we have the slide select tool. All right, this slide select to allow you to to select a slice tool. All right, so this is what these two tools really does. So guys, let's continue. Let me take away my this slides too. So the next tool, guys, is called the frame tool. All right, frame tool. Just as you know, you can have let's say a rectangular shape, a cycle, eclipse, or what have you. Okay, to place an image. What this tool really does is that it allows you to draw a rectangle or any kind of a shape that is a shape, sorry, in a form of rectangle, and it allows you to place an image. It allows you to place an image. So coming back to your layout panel here, you find out that the layer was named frame one. All right, and then we have another frame thumbnail here. So it allows us to if we double click here, it allows us to open another properties, or it features here or something like that. All right, and it allows us to place an image. So how can we place an image? We come and head over to this option that says insert. There is spelling error here, insert image. So we click on it, and we open our own library, or rather we place the embedded file from our local disk. So let's do this. Place embedded file. Let me go to download, and let me look for something. Let me just click on this picture, and boom, guys, it bring my an image, all right, and it was what successful. So guys, this is what these tools really does. Okay, it allows you to place an image inside of a shape. So the next tool is called the eyedropper. All right, eyedropper. Yeah, let me use this picture for this very example. If I hit on this color, like her lips, all right, you find out that can you see guys, you find out that it's what identify a particular color. Okay, and then I have that color here, and I can also use it. So if I come here where this color tab is, if I come to my full color, I hit on it, I should be able to have what the color code. Okay, so I can what use this color anywhere. Or rather, if I select and copy, I can go elsewhere and paste it, and then if I want to use it or something, I should be able to do go back to that page and use it or something. All right, so what this really this tool really does is that it identify a particular color, and it allows you to what copy a color code or something. So the next tool is called the 3D material eyedropper. Guys, we are not covering any 3D yet, not in this class, but for now I will not take you through the 3D materials eyedropper tool, or how this tool is being used. So the next one is called what the color sampler tool. Okay, so what this tool really does is that it counts what a sample color. All right, let's say if this is color number one, let me zoom out a little bit. If this is my first color, I hit on it and it will identify this color. So you can see that the first color is being identified. Okay, the RGB is here, the weight and height is here, the position x and y axis is here, and then look at the values. Red is 122, green is 70, and blue is 23. And blue is what is 23. So let's say color number 2, color number 3, color number 4. All right, it continues like that. So look at it, the number is written here. If I want to identify this very first one that is here, this is the actual color. Okay, I can copy it anytime. This is color, this is the that's this means that this is the first color. Then the second one is this, then the third one is this, then the fourth one is this, right? The fifth one, it continues like that. Okay, so this is what these tools really do. So if I want to take all of those stuffs off, I will come up here and what click or hit on what clear all. So the next tool, guys, is called the ruler tool. All right, the ruler tool. So what this tool really does is that you can draw a line actually and measure if something is correct to its opposite direction, or they stand perfectly to their opposite direction or something. Let's go back to our first lesson canvas or file. Let me quickly do something here. So guys, if I want to know whether if these two rectangle shapes are aligned, I can head over to my ruler to and what draw a line to see whether if yes, yeah, whether if these two align or something. All right, can you see, guys? So let me zoom in a little bit for a visual side, for us to be able to see. Now you find out that this one and this one are not the same. How is with the help of what our ruler. So this is what these two really does. So the next tool is called the knot tool. The knot tool. All right, let's say I'm designing a church flyer or something. Okay, I can come here outside of my canvas and hit here. All right, after when I hit here, I will now come and say um, the theme is upper row. And on my second node, I can come here and click on another node and set, let me set my photo info. Let's say date 27th May. I hit on shift and enter for the next line. All right, time 9 a.m. at morning, and shift enter. Then venue, St. College Academy. All right, guys. I know many of you doesn't even know about this too, but just as I said, we're here to make you professionals. All right, so you can have your notes here, all right, while you continue with your work, with your design artwork or what have you. So if I want to activate or check in what I wrote on the first node, I'll come here and hit here and come here. If I come to my my properties or layer compass, if I hit on it, sorry, here, if I hit on it on the node, I should be able to see what I wrote, right? So this is what these two really does. Then the count tool, all right, the count tool. So this typically allows me to count something. Okay, let's say how many shapes are here, right? Shapes that did not break or something. So can we count all together? This is one, right? Sorry, let me go back a little bit. I can change color so that let it be visible. Since I want to identify the shapes and the shape is in green color, let me choose another color like black so that it will be visual. The visual will be clear for our eye or something. So as we hit on the color, if I come here, let me make my label size to be 20 so that it will become big. Okay, so you can see this is one. This one started from here. I was able to identify the whole of this, so I can say this is what two, this one is what three, then this one is 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So this is what this tool really does in Photoshop. All right, it allows you to count tools, or it allows you to count an object in your Photoshop document or your workspace or something. So I can come here and hit on clear for me to clear everything. All right, guys, that's all about this tool that is called eyedropper tool. So the next tool is called the spot healing brush. All right, the spot healing brush. So coming back to this lady, beautiful lady here, so I can gladly do some work on her face here. All right, so the first on the list under spot healing tool is the spot healing brush tool. All right, spot healing brush tool. So this allows you to identify, or rather it quickly clean some wound or some pimples or some like unwanted skin on an image. All right, so if I hit on, sorry, let me do something. Let me have a copy, Control J for me to copy my layer. All right, so if I hit on this one, God, if I hit on this, for me to make my work smooth, I can zoom in so that it will help Adobe to identify what really I wanted to do. Another thing, let me share with you something quickly. So you can see that the size of the brush is going bigger and then smaller. Okay, just as I said, guys, I want to be details with you guys. So how does that happen, or how did that come to happen, or like the size is changing or what have you? Okay, I will come here and then hit on this very drop down button, and then I can change the size of my, look at it, I can change it to become bigger. Can you see it's too big that so can we see it's becoming bigger, and I can also make it so small. All right, I can also make it so very small. So you can also do that with your keyboard, all right, by going or heading over the parentheses. We have open bracket and close bracket on your keyboard, so you can go and hit when you click on the open parenthesis or bracket on your keyboard, you find out that it's becoming smaller. Your brush size is becoming smaller, and when you hit on the other one, you find out that it's becoming what? Large, and larger. So this is what typically we are using to make our brush size to become either big or small. So with this, I continue with my work. I know, guys, you can see my screen. I'm trying to delete some wound on her face. Yes, yeah, look at this one, take away this one, take away this part. All right, take away here, take away here, take away all of those stuff. Yes, guys. So actually, I'm not gonna waste much time. You guys have seen what this tool can do. Okay, so the next one is called the healing brush tool. All right, the healing brush tool. So we see that this is a bigger one. Okay, if I want to maybe delete this part, I have to what? Tell the Photoshop that by hitting Alter, and I can identify a particular word side, something that I want to either replace or make it heal, such as where I identify on the pixel. So after hitting on alternative, all right, alter on your keyboard, then coming here, you find out that can be able to do some magic here. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. You see, that one is no longer there. So I can also use that one to select this very particular portion and what work on those side. I'm not actually guys, I'm not actually editing this picture, like it will take our time, so I will not waste my time here. I just want to show you some how this tool really does. So can we let's look at the differences. This is before, and then this is what the after. Can you see the differences? Yes, we can see that, yeah, there is differences. So this is what this tool really does. Now the patch tool, all right, so what this one really does is that it's after when you select a part or a pixel, it makes sure that it replaces with another one that you wanted to patch into something. Can we see that? Can we see that? So typically I can what? I can bring out maybe something from here to what? To fill in something or somewhere on a particular image. I don't know. Let me check if there is another picture that I can. All right, I think this is a good example. Sorry guys. Let's go back to patch 2. All right, guys, can you see? The man is no longer here. So what this tools really does is that after when I select the model or the man or something on this water wave, I was able to change it with another part on this very image. So what really happened here is that it replaced, actually somehow perfectly replaced, it patched some area, just as the meaning, okay, patch, right? It patched this very particular portion that I am able to select. So the next one is what? The content aware move tools. All right, so if for any if let's say I select this particular pixel, and then I want to move around this very pixel. So if I bring this one from here to here, it changed nothing actually. Can we see, guys? It changed nothing actually. So I just moved a particular portion of a picture to another different location on our Photoshop document. So this is what really this tool really does. Can you see? Nothing changed. All right. So this is what this tool really can do in Photoshop. So guys, the red eye tool. So let me check the red eye tool. So I believe you can hear me. Please let someone confirm if you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
yes,
you.
sir.
This is our
All right.
Photoshop will kill us right.
Yeah.
All right. Josh Peter, please go ahead. Josh Peter,
Hear you.
can you go ahead?
With with what? I can hear you.
I see you raising hands. Suleiman Simon also raised his hands.
Okay. Sorry.
Can I say something, sir?
All right.
The interface of my Photoshop is looking different. Oh. Mine is looking as if as if something that you can upload video beneath the interface. So you can.
You just mute yourself again. You did not finish asking your question. All right. Let me understand you. Please let me answer you, and as we continue, your question is a little bit far away from what we are doing here. I would like to just screenshot your system and then forward it to my DM or something, and we'll see what version of Photoshop you have. Okay, please unmute your mic as we continue.
All right, sir. Thank you.
So guys, I believe you can see. So let's continue. The red eye tool. Okay, so now in red eye tool, what this tool really does is that you can all see that her eyes are red, like some part of her eyes are red. Okay, is red, sorry, let me use the right English. So yeah, some part of her eye is red. So what this red eye tool does is that it change the color of the eye. Okay, it change the color of the eye. It make it normal, or at least it turn it into what a very perfect eye. So before using this tool, make sure that the size, or to how you zoom in and zoom out your your pixel really matters. It helps Photoshop to identify AI and what work on it. So let me just quickly one click on the eye. Can you see? Can you see that is changing, but what little by little? So this is at the level of how I zoom in the eye. So let me Control Z. Let's come back again and then zoom out a little bit. So as we zoom out, look at it. If I will hit on it directly, so let's zoom in a little bit, so you can see it work what perfectly at what at just one click. Okay, so you have to know something by either zooming in or zooming out. You have to at least help the Photoshop to identify what really you mean, or where is the portion of the eye that you want to work on it or something. So like this one, let's work on our other eye. Yeah, so you can see that it worked perfectly. Yes yes guys, so this is what a red 2 I2 yeah, red I2 really does. So the next one is called the brush tool. Okay, the next one is called the brush tool. So in red, sorry, in brush tool, let's go back to our lesson, the first lesson. let me take away let me take away those notepad. Yes guys, so what this tool really does is that it's really a brush tool. It helps you to what delete a particular part. It helps you to what paint a particular part of an image, and it does a lot of things. Okay, so let me increase the size of my brush with my keys on the keyboard. All right, so having done that, I would like you to look at the up part of our Photoshop here. So the first one, we have the presets or defined tools, okay, of which you can have access. You can go to those graphic design resource site that I share with you some days ago and download different kind of brushes there. Okay, so the next one is called the there's some preset settings, okay, where you can change the level or the size of your word. Look at it, the size of your brush, and do a lot of things. So we have something that is called hardness or softness. All right, hardness and what, and softness. So now let's hit on this first brush, okay, and then let me increase my what, my brush size. So there is something called foreground, guys. Can you see my foreground? After hitting here, there is something called what, foreground. If I hit here, I can come here and what, change my color. And then this is, if I change the color, let me choose my favorite colors. Yeah, I'm in love with this color, right? Let me do something like that. I really love this color. So if you come to your foreground and then select color, so this is the color that automatically the brush will take. So if I hit one click here, yeah, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Yeah, let's come back to brush tool. Yeah, let's select heart. Hey guys, something is wrong. I'm coming. So guys, you can see that I increased my hardness to what, to 100. So let me increase my brush size. So guys, if I do one click dot like that, I was able to what, have a a a paint on my what, canva. Okay, so this is what this brush tool typically does. So I can you see guys, I can keep clicking and what, having different what, hard brush on my what, on my canva. So let me control Z, control Z, control Z, control Z, and come back. So guys, this is hardness. So let's reduce this hardness into something different, like 10 or 11 or something. So can you see that there is difference, guys? Can you see that there is difference? Yes. Okay, so we have differences, okay, in between these brushes. So we have the hard, and we also have what, the soft one. So it all depends on the value, okay, of what you really want. So I can come here and then change my color to something different else. Let's say all right, yeah, and can you see, I can now be able to what, paint anything I want on Photoshop or something, or on an image or something. So let's continue. uh, yes guys, I have to take it off because I need my blank space for me to give you a lot of stuffs and example. So pencil tool, yes, this is a pencil. Bap, 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 bap. You can what, do a lot of things by writing a lot of things, okay, on your this thing. And just as I draw, you guys cannot be able to see what I am drawing, so I should come here and what, change the pencil size or the size of the this thing to something big, okay. So this is what really this the tools really does. So it's a brush tool, sorry, yeah, it's a brush tool, or in the form of what, pencil, okay, in a form of a pencil. So we have the color replacement tools. So guys, let's say for instance, just from here, just from this very particular part. Now let me show you something. Let me zoom in a little bit, guys. So now if you observe very carefully, you will find out that this one is not really cycle. Yes, it's not really cycle, but just from where a shape is defined, you can what change this particular color. Yes, let me change my full color to become something different else. All right, so you can see, guys, let me add the hardness. You can see, guys, that I'm changing what the color that is coming here, and then it's not exceeding. The color is not exceeding, it's not going out of the shape, right? It's not going out of the shape, it's inside of what this very defined shape. So this is what this tool really does. Okay, so it's replaced a particular color. Then the mix brush tools, all right, the mix one. So now let's say, for instance, let me look for another picture for a very particular purpose. Come on, guys, picture. Not a good example. Not also a good example. Not also a good example. Alright, guys, I don't get what I want. So, guys, right from here, let's set. So, I believe you guys can see here. So, if I want to, can you see? I'm doing something up there, right? I can change something up here, guys. Can you see the magic? Can you see? So I can what else again? All right, just blew some part, like I was able to mix. Okay, I'm able to mix these colors together. So this is what a mixer brush does. Okay, it mix a particular color with another one. Let's say this green to blue. Yes, guys, something like that, right? So this is what this tool really does. Then I'm still not covering plum stamp tool in this very particular tutorial. Why? Because I don't have some defined pattern. Okay, I'll be skipping this very particular one. Then now let's say, in case we have a history brush tool that is here. All right, let's test this tool. The next one is called the history. The next tool is called the history brush tool. Okay, and let me show you. Yeah, this picture is, I think, is okay. Yeah, this picture is okay. So let me patch this guy. Yes, guys. So after doing this, guys, if I come back to my history brush tool, and let's say, let me increase the brush size. Can you see, guys? It's bringing back this guy. Okay, it's bringing back this guy. So this is what history brush tools does. After, let's say, for instance, you work on something, and typically is you are able to what change the structure or something of a particular picture, or let's say it's just as I did here. I was able to take off this guy, and if I head over to my history brush tool, it allows me to bring back the real stuffs that is here. So this is what these two really does. So same thing with it, with this art history brush tool. Let's say, for instance, I was able to draw a particular yeah, a particular, let's say, a shape here or something here, right? If I come to
Hello,
my,
sir.
yes.
Yeah, using this history brush tool, when a particular project is being saved, can it still be used? Can it still be applicable?
Okay, if you save it, is still applicable. Let's say, for instance, I, okay, look at it. It has to be on the same devices. Yes, can you hear me? It has to be on the same devices. Now let's say, for instance, I was able to remove something, and I save a project, and I export it as JPEG file or something, or SVG or something. If I give it out to someone, that one already become what, a new pixels, all right, or a new picture or something. So if even if you go and you use your history, something like you can't achieve that. That one cannot come back. Okay, but if it is of the same, if it is from the same Photoshop document, or you forward it to someone on a same Photoshop document, you can be able to recover it. Did I answer you?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you. So this is what this tool really does. The next tool actually is called the eraser tool. Okay, and what this tool really does is that it deletes a particular part or a portion of an image. Okay, so what really happened, or what really will happen here is, if I hit on a particular part on this picture, it will take off the the particular part that I what I erase. Okay, this is what this tool really does. Okay, but before then, I would like you to know something. If you come up, you should be able to see that you can have different what preset of your brush here. So from the resource site that I showed or I share with you guys in our recent classes, you can go and download different defined preset there. So another thing I would like you to know concerning this very particular tool is that we have the soft and then the hard round shape. Okay, what really this tool does is that, okay, if I come back here, if I reduce the size of my brush and I reduce the hardness, okay, something like that. So if I hit here, you find out that I am somehow deleting a part but not hard, right? It's not going hard, just as the other example I set for you guys. Okay, so this is what this tool really does. It helps you what erase a part of a particular image or a pixel, right, while it blended itself with what the background. So let's continue. So beneath that, we have the background eraser tool. Okay, the background eraser tool. So let me look for a picture, at least that will speak for us. Yeah, yeah, let's use this one, guys. So now, as you can see, I can what quickly take off, okay, the background of this very picture. So under background eraser tool, I can come here and what start deleting. Let me increase the size of my brush and start deleting what the background, okay, of this particular image. I believe you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. So if I zoom in the picture, I want you to just note something on this tool. You find out that my brush size is hovering over what this letter C. Okay, and what really happened is that if I should be able to delete the background, it's not affecting the C. Why? Because this tool is really serving a purpose. Okay, so it's deleting just the background of what of this image, so long as you did not what hover the your brush deep inside the cycle. All right, so if you want to perfectly work on this, guys, you can reduce the size of your brush or the tools and perfectly what delete just the what the background of a particular image. So quickly with me, I will not take my time and then work on this very image. All right, so this is what these tools really does. So the next tool, guys, is called the magic eraser tool. Okay, the magic eraser tool. So what this tool really does is that it allows you to magically select the background of an image and then remove it. Like now we know that the background of this image is white, right? So if I just do one click on it, bam, it will go with what the background image. Okay, if I come here, I can hit here, hit here, and what it will take off all the background of the image. Now why the other part is was not able to be removed is because it's a shadowed. Okay, it's a shadow, so you guys cannot be able to what have access or like delete it, because it identify it not as what the background, it identify it as part of the image as a shadow. Okay, so you can take your time and work on this and then delete it. All right, so this is all about the eraser tool. So the next tool, guys, is called the gradient tool. All right, let me look for this one. Okay, now what this tool really does is that it blend an object with another layer. Let's create a new layer and then make sure that we draw a line from top to down. Okay, now in case you might face difficulties, or let's say maybe in your own case, if you draw to find out that it's white, you have to come up here and make sure that under the different precept of gradients that we have, you have to come and select what basics and then select black and white gradient. Okay, then come here, drag it from up and down, then you should be able to have something like this. So having done that, if you want to blend this layer with this very layer, that is here, if you want to blend this layer, you have to what come to the blending mode and then from normal make it what multiply. Okay, when you make it multiply, you can now come to your opacity and what move around the opacity to what to blend it to the level of what you want. Okay, so this is what these tools really does. So coming back to normal, I cannot have either a rasher, okay, rasher, and come and do something like that. You see, you find out that this is no longer black, like the black is coming from a circle shape. Okay, and I can come and change this one to something different else. Yeah, you can see we have different preset, okay, to how you want your blending mode or your gradient shape to be. All right, so this is what gradient 2 really does. So the next one, we have the bucket. Okay, we have the bucket paint tool. So coming back to our lesson, Adobe Photoshop document, we can change the color of our entire canvas by using the bucket paint tool. So if I come here, I can change the color of either my photo or my or anywhere. All right, if I change the color of my photo or background faux color, I can come here and what hit on it, then it will it will go with the color. So I can also come here and then what change another color, just give it another color. All right, and then hit on it, it will it will carry that same color. So another good example is this. If I head over to this picture, this is another good picture, and let's say that I want to change the color of this blue to something like yeah, this color. All right, so sorry, this color. Okay, if I hit here, you should be able to see that yeah, this thing has changed completely. Why? Because I'm using my bucket tool. So what this tool really does is that it identifies a particular object or a pixel on a picture, and it fill it with what the color of the foreground color. Okay, so now let's select white or something and then hit here. We can see that it changed everything that is here. So this is what this tool really does. Okay, so the next one is the 3D material drop tool. Please, can someone hear me? Can someone hear me?
Yes, please.
All right, please. I want to make sure that we are connected. The next tool is called the 3D material drop tool, of which I'm not going to cover this because we are not treating anything 3D in this class for now, or in this tutorial. Okay. So the next tool we have is the blue tool. The blue tool. All right. The blue tool. So how can we effect this one? Like how can we practice this tool? Guys. Okay. I can build, let's say, her nose, and I can also build, let's say, these hairs that are here. Yes, guys, you can see that it's turning into. Okay, let me increase my brush size. Or rather, you guys can see this water or something that is coming from here. So I can hit on it, and let me look for another good example. I'm not happy with this example. Um, Not this one too. Not this one. All right, guys, I think this is a perfect, a good example. for this one. So let me zoom in a little bit. So if I want to blue this part, let me make it 100% strength. Guys, can you see that I'm bluing this very particular part? Can you see, guys? Can you see, guys? Yes. Okay, so you can build different part of an image or something, okay, with this tool. This is what this tool really does. So the other tool is called the sharpen tool. It helps you to sharpen a particular part. Okay, like let's say if this is an eye, okay, it helps you to what sharpen. Can you see, guys? Yes, it helps you to sharpen. Can you see, guys? Yeah. It makes clear the picture, like her eye is very clear now. Is with the help of what these very particular tools, and I can make the strength that far so that it will have a bigger effect. Yeah, can you see, guys? Yeah. Yes. So this is what this tool really does. Even the color is changing. Yep. Yes. Yeah, guys, so this is what this tool can do. Can you see, even from afar, a beautiful eye? It's now make the whole eye to become what very clear, and it's now more sharper. The next one is the smudge or smudge dodge tool. So what this tool really does, it actually blend, but in such a way that it's if you want to maybe change something into horrible, to change its entire look or something, you can use that tool. Can you see, I'm just like, can you see, I'm changing something in her, changing something in her. Can you see, guys? Can you see, guys?
So actually, we can't see it that well because it's far.
All right. Thank you. So I somehow explained something for you guys. If you are using any tool in Photoshop, if you zoom in, you are losing some details, and Photoshop cannot work perfectly for you. Yes, it will not work perfectly for you because it wants 1,000 pixel, okay, for it to be able to work perfectly. Okay, so thank you, but let's do something like this. Can you see now? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So you can change something to look horrible. Yes, I mean so horrible with this much dodge tool, right? All right. So that's it. Okay, so let's continue. She's looking horrible. I would not like to see her twice again. Let me quickly undo my work.